Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to your daily Sun Sign Love Connection reading. And today is October 25th, 2020. So the main sun sign that I'm reading for today is going to be Pisces, because we've gone around the astrology wheel yet a second time. So it's like the mid-month, latter part of the month, but it could be that day, it could be a couple days from now, it could go into next month. You know, anytime you watch it's just perfect. Hopefully you'll feel and resonate with these messages. And so the highlighted connection, for those that are new, and a little introduction, I like to do 2 sun signs. I pick one highlighted for the day and I read 3 specific energy categories for, and tarot messages for those 2 highlighted connections. And this is the Art Nouveau tarot I'm using this month. I change it every month. And so the highlighted connection for today is going to be with Pisces is Virgo. Let me double check. I did say that I'm not going to do the same, and I think I did it with another. I apologize, but the spirit is what's really kind of bringing these things on. And I do read symbolisms from the card, but I do have messages and I channel the messages, and sometimes they come in fast and furious, so I talk a little quickly and I apologize. And lately I've been stumbling over my words greatly because of retrograde, and I accept and admit that fully. But I want to look here before I lose my train of thought and say the last Pisces in mid-month was with Libra, and then last month, or the beginning of the month, was Pisces and Pisces, so we're good. Pisces and Virgo. Very beautiful, and I'll tell you exactly why. Now, after I've done the 3-card tarot reading, and if you want to fast forward, that's fine, but I do read an individual message for every other zodiac sign there and the connection with Pisces for today, okay? And then that changes as I go. And I do it every day, and I'm so grateful to everybody that's been so inspiring and so supportive and liking and subscribing and doing all this stuff, because I'm not making money. It's not about that. I would love to eventually. That's going to take some time, but I'm back at work. I'm coming in doing this. It's like I cannot go a day without doing this. It's just that important to me, and that you're resonating. Well, now you're just revving me up even more. So I hope that you enjoy these and that you get some, obviously, satisfaction, but some real, connection with them in the readings. So let's talk about Pisces. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. Pisces is a water element. And Pisces is by far one of the most sensitive and caring and gentle souls. They have great compassion for others, empathy. They are impressionable. They sense and feel what you're feeling. They have that great gift, I call it a gift, to spiritually and psychically kind of know what's happening with others, and to feel that, like I said, and to just be very much a part of that in the world and in, the relationships and the people they meet. And it can be an absolute gift. And at the same time, it can be a lot. So there's a lot of temperament and moodiness that comes with Pisces, because you got to imagine they're taking on quite a bit at all times, and they're happy to help, and they're more often than not helping other people. Very, very much that type of person. In fact, I find that they have this light that just kind of glows, and that, like a moth to a flame, people just kind of want to go to them, and they know that they're going to get heard and they're going to get listened to, and it's like what they call the vampire effect, where they just want to suck the energy out sometimes. So the Piscean, like all the water signs, they need to take that time to regroup, or they may, and I don't even like saying this, but I do have a Pisces rising, and I had my days of this, trust me on that, where they want to escape and they want to kind of cover up the parts that don't feel good, or the fact that maybe they have been used, and that all they wanted to do was give and love, and the whole world should be loving, and it would be such a beautiful, peaceful place. And the idealism is very strong with the Piscean. And they're also old souls. They know a lot about life, and sometimes even they're surprised about that. They are extremely creative and talented, and artistic. And you can imagine, you know, with that ability and that sensitivity in them, it emits this incredible creativity. And they are a mutable sign, so they're very adaptable, and they can be all sorts of people to different people. And they're like the chameleon, you know. And they're great, as I mentioned so many times in my, you know, explanations of them, that they're great when it comes to theater and acting because they can play parts and, you know, put on that mask. And, you know, you see them in one way, even if it's not fully who they are within. And they understand the whole thing about life and death and regeneration. And you know, that's the whole point. It's two fish is what the symbol of Pisces is. So they're usually, you know, opposite direction, going around and around as it does life. Being the 12th sign, they have a little bit of each sign in them. Just very knowledgeable, intelligent, very intelligent. And very capable of having their own businesses, which I think a lot of them prefer. Very capable of working with, you know, a great company and excelling in that, you know. Do not underestimate, forgive me, the abilities of Pisces. You know, even with that gentle, demure exterior that a lot of people see, a lot of them can be very, very shrewd and you know, very matter of fact when it comes to things that are important to them and relationships, and, you know, just really in the end wanting the best for everybody. So that's what I can say about Pisces. And then the basically polar opposite highlighted connection is that of Virgo, and Virgo is the earth sign, and we happen to have Venus, the planet of love and beauty and, you know, art and culture and senses and, you know, just good fortune. Money comes, you know, around. Certainly love. That's been in Virgo, and it's going to be there through the 27th, so a couple more days when it goes into Libra. So a lot of connections with Virgo right now are very much related to love and relationships. And, you know, we just finished Libra season, which is all about balance and relationships. And that's the key component to a lot of Libras and their dire drive and, you know, passion in life. As with me, because I'm a Libra and I want to talk about relationships. You know, it's just something I've always been interested in since day one, and why we hang out. And the sun sign is what this is about, but that's a portion of who we are, right? The day and month we're born, where our sun was exactly at that time, giving us the vitality and the strength and the wherewithal to know what we want. Our egos are pretty, you know, affected at this point with the sun involved, and yeah, how people see us and so forth, you know, but a big part of who we are. So personality traits specifically come out with the sun signs. Now Virgo is extremely intelligent, very much known as the intelligent sign, also a mutable sign like the Pisces. Very, very grounded, down to earth. Now I've said this over and over, and I'll continue to, because the mere fact that there's the Piscean water that's kind of fishing and, you know, just kind of going with the flow and pretty much here and there and everywhere as a mutable sign, there's more of a grounded aspect for sure with the Virgo, because they're an earth sign and they are down to earth, literally. They are practical, sensible, very, very reliable and accountable and organized, and, you know, very much about, many times, perfectionism comes to mind. They don't want to do things halfway, and they will study a subject until there's nothing else to study on it. And they work very, very hard. And they also are the sign of the Virgin. That's the archetype for Virgo. And so it is the authenticity that you get with Virgos, you know, that real, genuine, what you see is what you get. Natural comes to mind, you know. They don't necessarily wear a lot of makeup. Of course, some do. There's a percentage. Many that I've met do not, and they don't even need it. They're beautiful. And once again, their hearts are huge, dedicated to the relationships, to, you know, the cause that they may be, you know, a part of. I love this, and it's very complimentary because there's a lot of differences, and I've literally known so many couples throughout the years that are Virgo and Pisces. And then, of course, this is all different types of love. So it doesn't have to be that, and don't, you know, if it's not you saying, I don't know yet, I'm just starting this out, these are some indications of what you can expect, you know, as general as it is. It's pretty true to form. I would have to say that with great sincerity. So what else can I say? Well, let's just say that we're going to read the 3 major categories and see what some other influences are happening for today, October 25th. And I'm feeling good about it. So hopefully my intuition is kicked in and doing well as well. The first category is, I'll explain in one moment. We'll do both. Yeah. Okay, so yes, thank you, Spirit. These are some of the best cards you can get. This is pretty self-explanatory, but I will explain them to you. The first category is, of course, overall energy for the 2 of you in this beautiful highlighted connection of Pisces and Virgo, and kind of what's led you to this reading, you know, like the catalyst. And you have the world. You know that song, you got the whole world in your hands, you got the whole. That's basically what's happening. It's movement, it's transformation, it's change. And then I heard this other reader the other day, and you know, you pick up on things constantly. I can't stop learning about messages to, you know, to deliver as far as the symbolism of the card. But looking at this whole world and the woman inside as a portal, you know, the ability to go through and just absolutely transform your world and your life. And together, who knows where you'll be and what you can achieve and accomplish. And maybe moving is actually a part of it. And many people are moving and will continue to in the next couple of years for obvious reasons, and some not so obvious, but just the way the astrology is. And then you've got the fixed signs, all of them up here: Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. So it's a fixed kind of destiny, right? Fate that's meant to be. And, you know, in our lifetime, if we look back, and I can look back a lot more than a lot of people now, a lot of things I think were absolutely fated. You know, you would not have had that happen, so you think, had you not waited that extra hour and then gone out and begrudgingly went with a friend to meet that person who then became that love of your life, and so on and so forth. There's a baton in this person's hands. It's both hands. It's like, I've got this, and I'm going to lead the way, and I'm strong, and I'm capable, and I'm invincible, basically, is the whole aspect of the world, right? So beautiful, beautiful, encouraging and positive energies come from the world. And then the next category for the 2 of you is the possible blessings or obstacles. Well, I don't know, I guess there's an obstacle here, but it's the Ace of Pentacles. So the Pentacles are the Earth. Once again, there's the Virgo in all her energy, his energy. It's not a her, she, he, whatever. But I see a woman here, so I just kind of went there. The reality is that there's great capabilities to earn and amass wealth with the Virgos, as with everybody, but predominantly earth signs, because they're so patient and so steadfast. And this is kind of just, here's that love from Venus coming through. Here's the gift. Here's an offer. Here's new information about a new opportunity, a new job, you know, new stability of some sort, whatever that is. Wealth is in your health. Wealth is in your relationship. It's beautiful. It's shiny. It's feeling beautiful and good. So I think the Venus has a lot to do with that. And when it goes in your sign, and I know a lot of you understand this and can agree with this, but those that don't, or maybe don't know what your chart is, which you can look up for free, you know, and just click on the information and you will just find out so much about yourself. And yeah, the wealth is in your health. It's in your, whatever it is to you, but this is absolutely beautiful. I don't see an obstacle here. Unless it's too much and you don't know what to do with it. I guess that could be an issue. But I could take that issue on. No problem. Then we go on to the third category, which is about finances, about your stability, about your physical, tangible form things in life, you know, the sustenance, as it were. And you have the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So yeah, I said I felt something good. And thank you for, you know, helping me to, first of all, be in tune with my intuition, which is super important for these readings. and just being able to share that with you, because if it's not happening, which is very doubtful, beautiful things can come from this connection. And it does have to do with Earth. It has to do with your, I would say, your efforts that have been put forth. It's not necessarily like you just won the lotto. No. Long, hard work, and now it's being recognized. And the two of you together can build on the family and the friendships, and, you know, just the overall stability feeling of comfort and ease. And, you know, balance is the 10. It's the best. So congratulations on that. And if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's super, super supportive. But also, as I always say, I really kind of want to know if any of these things are resonating, these readings. It helps me a great deal, you know, and it makes me feel good. So if that's something you want to do and you feel so inclined to, just push the subscribe button and push the notification bell, because now my times are kind of all over the place due to working again. So I can't even get used to saying that. It's not been, it was just 2 weeks, yeah. So I do it when I can, but it will be done. And sometimes it takes a little longer with the retrograde to upload, but I don't give up. And so, yes, I love that for the highlighted connection of Pisces and Virgo. You can really help each other in so many ways, and those differences are actually very, very beautiful. And I think welcome in a lot of ways with the two of you. And then we're going to go with each individual message for the remainder of the connections with Aquarius. And so I have one up on top here. I don't know why that's happened. Funny, because I turned them all around the proper way before I started videotaping, but you know, all those kinds of things are happening now. I say poof. So going around clockwise from Virgo, we're going to go with Pisces and Leo. Ooh, that's a steamy kind of beautiful. I mean, my brother, may he rest in peace, was a Leo that I lost in 2017. Leo, and oh my gosh, the most incredibly world-renowned, talented magician, Daryl, the magician's magician. Center and front stage, and worked so hard. I knew the moment he told me he wanted to do magic. He did close-up magic, the real deal, right? That thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. You'd never see him without a deck of cards. He's bought me so many, or he had. See, I talk like he's present, because as far as I'm concerned, I talk to him daily. No, he helped to add to my repertoire of the occult and my interests, which I've had from day one as well. As far as I'm concerned, pretty close. And his girlfriend was Pisces, and you know, she and I are still in touch. So yeah, it was, you know, there was times, you know, there's that fiery energy and that passion and that take charge thing that Daryl had. You know, my brother is a Leo, and Leos have in general. But they also have huge hearts, and he would have done anything for his girlfriend. And he did put her center stage for a long time, but it was his first girlfriend. You know how that is. But they did really well, and they were really in love, and there was a lot of passion there. And, you know, egos with Leos are a thing that can be very, very helpful. And I don't think it was really actually an issue with them. But sometimes, you know, they have to just kind of, you know, lick their paws and, you know, put their pride aside, and everything is a lot better in a lot of ways. But in this condition, let's see what your specific. They're super generous, though, you know, and very, very loyal, and they love you. They're great friends and very, very caring, very creative as well. Ruled by the sun, man. That's about the ego, right? That's about the vitality, and that's so attractive in so many ways. People just really can't help but turn their heads when a Leo's around. Your energy reading, though, is, the Seven of Cups. So there's the water with the Pisces. This is about emotion. This is about fulfillment and ideas, and just trying to make a choice. You've got a lot of options. It could have to do with your relationship and where you want to take it. It could be having to do with inspirations that two of you are having, you know, maybe in working together on an idea or a creative project. Cups are very creative as well, remember. And yeah, just working through any kind of mental difficulties that you have, which 7 can represent, but 7 is also a lucky number. So yeah, all you have to really do right now, which I think might be easier for Leo to help Piscean with, is to find the right 1 or 2 options and then let the rest go so you can focus that energy. Because we are in a very, very manifestational month. It is an incredible 3 moon, right? With the 2 full moons, the second being the blue moon, which is what they say a blue moon, it's rare. The new moon was in Libra on the 16th. The full moon in Aries was the first. And the final full moon in Taurus is going to be on the 31st, Halloween. It's going to be so powerful. And it's going to be about what you want and determination and grounded energy. And that's going to be beautiful for you, Pisces, because, you know, the earth goes really well with you. So yeah, I'm a little sidetracked, but yes, so that's beautiful for the 2 of you. Then we're going on and we've got Pisces and Cancer, very, very compatible, both water signs, both equally as sensitive and moody. So just accepting that about each other. Cancer's ruled by the moon. The moon affects them greatly. The moon affects the tides. The moon affects the water in all of us. The currency, as I always say, you know, the in and out of the tides, the part of life that's very, very common, and ups and downs and all those types of things. Cancers care a great deal about others, and they care a great deal about their families. They put them first and foremost. And I always say it doesn't have to be your nuclear family or, you know, your born children or anything. It can be the friends that you consider your family. They hold them close to them. They take it really seriously, and they want to protect all of them. And they too want to be protected and have that security, you know, and they're very capable of making good money. Very, very shrewd when it comes to, you know, business, and, you know, they don't mess around. And they can be kind of frugal about money because they want to save and use it and utilize it for the right things, you know. They have that 6th sense about that, and they all also are very psychic and prophetic, and they usually have great downloads at this time with the moons being so strong. So I'm seeing it's looking like it's getting full already. We've still got another, well, less than a week, the 31st, but its feelings are going to be definitely felt a couple days before and after. And I really feel like it's going to be some amazing, transformational, beautiful things. Your energy, though, is the 3 of Hearts. Now, this is about pain and hurt and loss. And maybe the 2 of you have experienced this with a past relationship, and you're just kind of really taking it easy, and you're not going to push forward too quick because nobody, you know, once burned, twice shy sort of thing is what I'm feeling. This is a past thing. I don't think it's happened with you. If it has, I think it's something that you want to work towards, but not necessarily really quickly, and not during a retrograde, because things get really misunderstood. And if it's a new person, you're really going to hold, you know, you're going to be very cautious, which is kind of what happens with water signs, and definitely, you know, Cancers anyway. They're going to retrieve if they don't feel completely safe, and they can sense it, so don't try to fool them. And, you know, it has to do with another person, third party, they say. But basically it's past because it's already through the heart, right? Your heart has been hurt. It could have been something lost this year in particular. And my heart goes out to everybody. You know, it's just been that kind of year. But wanting to heal and wanting to know that this connection can really help that. You can be there for each other, you know. You can totally support each other and understand, you know, just how deep the wounds can be at times. So I look at that as something that's past and healing. You're still in that healing phase. And then we go to Pisces and Gemini, which is pretty cool. And I see this all the time. And, you know, Gemini is the air element. So air element is all about mind. It's about thoughts and speaking and voicing things and teaching and educating and learning and continually learning and helping others to understand. And it's all about the mind, right? And sometimes with Geminis in particular, out of all the air signs, that mind will just keep on going. You know, it'll drive them crazy. They need to find a way to really take the deep breaths, get the diversions going so they don't have to be thinking about something that's already happened and the next thing that's coming up, because they're so quick and their energy is very fast and they're very energetic. And so I recommend for definitely air signs in particular, when it has to do with the mind, to try to physically and, you know, with your third eye, visualize those thoughts reaching down to the heart. As soon as you do that, or you breathe it in from a thought to a heart feeling thing, it instantly changes your energy. It helps you to feel that compassion and love for yourself and not get so caught up, because the thoughts are fleeting, right? They're always changing. Some of them tend to go around in a loop a lot, so that's an exercise I love for that reason alone. But a lot of fun, a lot of also mutable sign like the Pisces. So they can have great fun, they can be great friends, adventurous, you know, you never know what's going to happen next with the Gemini, that's for sure. And sort of the same way with the Pisces. So they have a lot more in common than they realize. But they get each other, and it can be beautiful. So let's see what your energy message has to say. 6 of Wands, that's beautiful, it's victorious. Wow, achievement, working hard and seeing the results now, you know? I mean, we all have worked hard in one way or another. If it's not because a lot of us have lost our jobs, a lot of us work from home. I didn't, except for this, which I don't consider work. There was a lot of thought, a lot of action, if not physical, mental. And like I said, with Gemini, it would make sense, it's mental, but it could be both. And you know what? You're really starting to see some changes. You're starting to feel really happy, and it's collaborative. It's community that's supporting you. It's others recognizing. It's recognition. Maybe something you've done recently that's changed in your appearance, or maybe doing a YouTube channel, or, you know, a podcast. It's getting notoriety, and that's beautiful. Perhaps you've done it together, or each of you are just there, you know, applauding with the rest of the beautiful, you know, people in your life, family, or whoever it is that's supporting you, because that's what it represents. And it's great, and it's fiery, like I said, and it's action, and it's really optimistic. It's beautiful. Then we go to Pisces and Taurus, and I like that too, because there you go with that water and earth, like with Virgo. Highlighted, it's stability, boy. You know, Pisces, they can be stable when they're sleeping. I'm just kidding. I just feel like they've always got this spiritual thing going on, and they're just kind of like in the clouds, and they're ruled by Neptune, which is always about hidden and fantasy and, you know, illusion. And I feel like I digressed a long time ago. You know, there's a form of escapism that happens with Pisces, because they get too much of the harshness, and they don't want that. So that's part of Neptune, you know. It's like rose-colored glasses. I don't want to see or feel that, because it hurts, and it's not the way I want life to be, and I don't want to exude that to other people. Well, you know, that Taurus is going to bring you down to earth and make you realize that it is a part of life. And yet you know that, Pisces, not to be contradictory, you're that old soul. You know about life and death. It is absolutely a part of our lives, right? And everyone knows that. And so there's that beautiful, generous quality to Tauruses, you know, and they're very, very, they're ruled by Venus. So there's the love and the kind of natural charisma they have, and just their interest in arts and creativity and beauty and all the senses, you know, food, wine, drink, fun. They are taken in by your beauty and just beautiful sensitivity. You know, it's not that they're not sensitive, but they just really kind of feel like it's a kind of a magical thing to be able to be around you, Pisces. And you appreciate their loyalty and friendship and stability and accountability. You really do. And that you will get with a Taurus. Fixed sign, you know, set in their ways about things and ideas, but when it has to do with relationships, it's not a bad thing. They're not going to leave. They're not going to be somebody that you're just, you know, concerned about that. They're going to hang out. They're going to make it last as long as they possibly can. And, no surprising to me, 8 of Pentacles. 8 is the power number, the manifestation number, the abundant number in numerology. And there you have it. And that is the Pentacles and the Earth element, which is Taurus, because they amass wealth as well. They love luxury, and that's part of being ruled by Venus. So the two of you may be just amassing and just really, you know, really appreciating the security you're feeling. and the money you're making because you're doing great things together. You know, great minds do think alike. So that's absolutely beautiful for the two of you. And moving right along, we have Pisces and Aries. Another one right next to each other. There's Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, you know, the fire sign, the motivated cardinal beginning initiating of spring, initiating the first sign, number one, confident, powerful, you know, just ready for action, right? I'll do this and I'll try it and you're like that too. You're that mutable, you know, you're like, I'll try that and I'll follow Aries, and I can see, and he's really, he, I find that attractive. I like that confidence. I like that ability to lead and to be authoritative, you know. And we've had two retrogrades. We have had Mars in Aries retrograde for a while. It'll go forward November 13th. So Aries has been a little bit kept back from really pushing forward, which is a little tough for them, especially being a cardinal sign. But I feel like with the people I've been talking to that are Aries, a lot of them actually, they're just vacationing now, because that's exactly what you need to do during a Mars retrograde. And just refueling, revisiting, considering all the re's, retreating, remembering, because there's a lot of past thoughts sometimes of people that come into our lives during retrograde. And then also we're in, of course, Mercury retrograde. And, it's in Scorpio, so that's all about the deepest part of us, the transformational part of us, digging deep so that we can get rid of stuff we don't want anymore, that's not really making us happy, and being truthful, and things will come to the surface and truth will be shown. And I think the two of you are ready for it, and you definitely have an attraction. Once again, the water and the fire is a steamy kind of thing going on there. Ooh, you have the Knight of Swords, so fast information. Unexpected maybe, but fast, truthful, once again, straightforward. Air signs being the Libra, Aquarius, and Geminis. And it could have to do with law, it could have to do with institutions, have to do with money. So I don't know. I can't say, there's too many things to consider, but out of all the nights, it's the fastest, so it could be fantastic. And when it's upright, I kind of really like it. But it's very, mind, it's words, it's communication, and it's about fairness and justice. So whatever it is, karmically or otherwise, which enters in sometimes, you're going to find out. If you haven't already, that new moon has brought in a lot of new information, and by the full moon, I think it'll be, or certainly by the next full moon in Libra, because it was a new moon, you'll have a lot more information, and then the eclipses come, and we'll get to that later. But so yeah, something coming in, some very exciting news for the two of you. Then we go with Pisces and Aquarius, which I just did Aquarius yesterday. We actually had the moon in Aquarius yesterday, and it's going into Pisces about 5:25 Pacific Standard Time. So if everybody starts to feel a little bit more loving and caring and gentle and peaceful, it's that energy of Pisces. And you too should feel good about that. If nothing else, what happens when the moon was in Aquarius, Pisces, it tends to go in your 12th house, right? And that's your subconscious, and that's like, really sorting through the cobwebs and getting through stuff. And sometimes it's not always pleasant what we're seeing or feeling, but it's necessary. And then when it goes into your sign, there's just more of a real introspection of, this is what I really am feeling and wanting and plan on having, because you can do it, you can manifest it. Now Aquarius is the air as well, and it's right next to you, so you kind of really resonate and understand each other. I see these two friendship wise, definitely relationships, absolutely in business. There's a unique similarity and difference that helps and works with each other. It's synchronistic. Now they think that Aquarius is a water sign because it's the water barrier, the humanitarian sign, and you love that, Pisces. That's attractive to you. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of unexpected changes, and it's the Tower and the Tarot. It's like bam in your face, surprises. And it just so happens there's going to be a I think it's exact conjunct on the full moon in Taurus, where of course it is, because Uranus is in Taurus and will be for another, I don't know, 6 years. It's usually every 7 years or so. It just left Aries. So yeah, there's going to be some beautiful, unexpected things coming, and I'm going to look at it that way. I think it's going to be powerful, transformational, and fantastic. So let's continue to all believe that, because that can do amazing things when we're all on that same wavelength and we put out that energy. So yeah, Aquarius is a fixed sign, and they are set in their opinions and whatnot, but they're very interested in innovation and you know, helping the world. They just want to help everybody. They think big. They're always in big terms, and they like scientific things, and they like technology, and wow, is that going to come into play when all the planets then go into Aquarius next year, 2021, starting December 21st. So the two of you, what is the energy card that has to say? Okay, so we have the fire of the Queen of Wands. So it's ambition and movement and power. It's the maternal side. We have the masculine and the feminine. Now, Aquarius is a masculine duality. The mind, you know, is usually equated to that. Pisces, of course, is feminine. It's that intuitive, the receptive energy that happens with water. And together, it's a balance, because you got the masculine and the feminine. And then also, this is just the heart passion of the fire sign, whether it be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, when it's just wanting to help, just wanting to give, and just caring, you know, with everything that the Queen of Wands has. Just passion personified, okay? So the two of you are feeling that. You're feeling strong, and action is coming, boy. And with that sword from your other connection, I would agree. Then we go into Capricorn. Woo. Well, we have Jupiter and Pluto and Saturn all in Capricorn, you know, the heavy-duty planets, the outer planets. They're going to go exact for the third and final time in Capricorn. Capricorn's the earth sign, the you know, stuck sign in a lot of ways, the not wanting to change, the sign of the old, you know, the traditional, the authoritarian, you know, institutions and government, and you know, yeah, that's been pretty evident this year when it comes to, you know, our wants, our money, you know, maybe being restricted, and that's going bye-bye at the end of the year. So yeah, but you know, Jupiter helps to expand things, and that can be a good thing for you, Pisces. And by the way, this is a beautiful element, once again, connection. So I feel like there's a lot of love here that Capricorn would like to share with you, even though they may be a little more introverted about it and reserved. You know, they're not always the showman like a Leo or Sag, or, you know, the fiery signs, or even the air that like to talk and express themselves a lot. But they're deeply caring and very capable, and very, very usually the best in their field, usually on top and in leadership and authority as well. And so I feel like there's some good stuff going on here. Let's see what, yeah. Well, it's the Ace of Swords, so it's all about the truth. There's the air again, because you're getting a lot of that energy coming through. And it will continue to. Maybe you're just getting a preview. Well, actually, you know what? At the end of November, there's going to be the first eclipse. It's in Gemini. That's air. I like the idea of new, bold, truthful, fair, justice kind of information coming through. Maybe money, maybe your health, maybe finding out things are A-okay. You've gotten your checkups. Something new, though. It's a new cycle with that ace. And it can be really, really beautiful. And there's some olive branches, so, you know, if things weren't going so well communication-wise during the Mercury retrograde, which I can barely even say, that's all being cleared and clarified. So that's gorgeous. Then we go to Pisces and Sagittarius, another very, very hot and steamy kind of beautiful connection. And I feel like this is, you know, at one point, historically, Pisces ruler was Jupiter. And so that's what the ruler is for Sagittarius. So that's just this positive, optimistic, life is good, What do you choose to look at? How do you want to really take that in? That's what you'll get with Sagittarius. Movers, shakers, fiery ambition, you know, half man, half horse, you know, definitely needing to move and to travel and to seek new adventures and to share knowledge with people that love higher learning. I've met some of the most incredible astrologists in the occult of the higher learning aspect there. It could be any topic, religion, what have you. Really fun people, very much a freedom sign. And you're okay with that, you know? When Sagittarius is love, they're in it to win it. They're not, you know, they're not going to stray, but for the most part, even in the relationship, they need that knowing that they can be that independent self as well and be trusted. So I like this a lot. You're beautiful. Got a lot of beautiful connection energies. Pisces with the Sagittarius is the King of Pentacles, which is actually, could be Capricorn. You know, but it's Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, really. It is the earth element. It is the maturity of stability and prosperousness and, once again, abundance and opportunities and adventures to the max, right? This is earned. It's been hard work, and now it's time to have fun and celebrate and enjoy it. And that's what's going on with the two of you. And I think you are going away and doing some things because it's a beautiful time of year to do that. October, one of my favorites. Watching the leaves turn. And, you know, a lot of people are traveling now, too. And it seems to be okay. You're just safe and caring, and that's it. And then we go on to Pisces and Scorpio. Beautiful, beautiful, loving connection. Both water signs. We're in, you know, Scorpio season. Happy birthday, Scorpios. So things just get a little bit more magical for Scorpios, but they're kind of magical anyway, and they're definitely mysterious, and they're definitely deep and intense, you know, because they know about transformation. They're ruled by Pluto. All about life and death and sorting through and purging things that aren't working and being very, very strict at times and almost critical, sometimes too critical, you know, and just really solemn is a word too, you know, deep, but necessary, right? And wanting to help others to transform as well. Very psychic, very intuitive, very capable of reading people's thoughts and understanding them, and very straightforward. Yeah, I think the softness of the Piscean water and the changeable, you know, very intense energies of a lot of Scorpios is balanced and really beautiful with the two of you. Scorpios care a lot, you know, and they're not going to do anything halfway, and that's a beautiful trait too. And they're they're mysterious. Whoops. What do we got here? Well, this is the Chariot, which is I was trying to say the symbol of the Cancer. So there's the water right there. So there's a triad. Pisces and Scorpio, and then the Cancer element. So you're in your element when you're in Scorpio season, and that resonates really well with the other fellow water signs anyway. There's more of an ease, even in retrograde. Retrograde isn't a bad thing. It's just the side effects, like the transportation issues that come up, communication issues, or technology, which is, you know, it happens. All fixable and stuff. You just want to wait a lot of times until after it's done to get something new or whatever. But it's very, very much a time of self-awareness and power for manifestations. I don't know why I can't say that word today, but I like it a lot. You have this is success. This is the mastering of your mind, your business, your relationships through thick and thin, bad and, you know, black and white. And that's very much what Scorpio is. It's black and white with them. They're a fixed sign. But very loving, very, very optimistic. And it could mean travel because, you know, the Chariot is a form of transportation. So you might be going away or thinking about it. And if not physically, you're in your mind together. And I hope it is going away, though, or planning it, because we all need that. And it seems very, very romantic and very positive, or moving in some way. So And then we go to Pisces and Libra. So Libra is about balance, and you understand that. You know, you're always striving for it too, Pisces, and that's what the symbol is for Libra, is the scales, and wanting things to be fair and just, and, you know, just wanting beauty, wanting love, wanting great relationships, wanting to work through the difficult times and get to the other side. We just got out of Libra season, and actually Venus goes into Libra on the 27th, so there's a lot of love and beautiful things that'll be sprinkled over Libras and all of their connections, and that's really good for you, Pisces. So yeah, and then, you know, ruled by Venus as well. Libra has great interest in art and creativity, which you just have in spades, Pisces. So there's a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, a lot of light levity I feel with these two, and talking. Oh, you could talk a blue streak together. This I know. So what is your energy message? Temperance. And that is depicted of the sign of Sagittarius, but it is like a Libra in the sense that it's keeping that balance. But for me, it's way more spiritual when it's the temperance, because it is the alchemy of changing something inside of us and literally transforming, you know, water to wine, and just knowing how capable we really are of manifesting those things in the month of October especially, but feeling it and really making it happen. And the two of you just being calm and serene and meditating together and just really working and centering your heart and taking care of yourselves. You know, this is super important, because sometimes both of you have a tendency to overdo it, and you got to keep that balance, you know, and it's important now especially. So yeah, just this beautiful kind of synchronistic, you know, balance, which is in the forefront right now for the two of you, and I like it. And so those are the connections that are just beautiful. I mean, I don't see anything except for there was some definite hurt, Cancer and Pisces in some way, and that's it. And I know that's not just it. It could be, it's serious and it's important, and everyone heals in their own way, but overall the connection seems so gorgeous, and certainly your beautiful highlighted connection with Virgo. Let me finish with your beautiful oracle messages. And I'm using the new deck I got, which is not new to most people, and I've certainly seen it for a long time, but it is Wisdom of the Oracle. I call it Baron Reed. So the very, very special message and guidance brought to you by this oracle divination for all the Pisceans in the world and their connections of all types of love, and you know how much that means to you, Pisces. This is for you. Whew, I keep getting new ones because it's so new that I haven't seen them, and so I love the colors. And you know, this is like between worlds. Okay, that seems so indicative of Pisceans, because they're the fish. They're just like, they're underground. They understand the Neptunian, you know, underworld, and then above, and just, and you've got the color and the dark, and the, you know, that's the current and the watery aspect that's so felt by Pisceans. And this is the flamingo with the crown right on the side that's has color and vibrance. The Neptune part that you want to see is just being just alive and creative. And let me read to you what the specific message is. And it's number 3, and that is collaboration and growth, and you know, building upon your ideas and not giving up. And I don't think that Pisceans do. I think they understand that. They just keep going. You know, they know that if it doesn't happen in this lifetime, it'll happen in the next, and then the next after that. And that's really true for Pisceans. This life is what, if we're lucky, around upwards of 100 years in the whole, you know, spectrum of things. It's not that long, so grab it for all you've got. Essential meaning with number 3. I'm sorry, I'm on number 1. Transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. Okay, that's almost like the the card in Tarot of the Hangman, which is about, you know, just kind of being still and kind of in pause, which is what retrogrades do. You know, there's the kind of confliction with Neptune, your ruling planet, Pisces, being in retrograde, but it's going forward. Next month, I believe. I'm not sure the date. And then, you know, just having one part of you in spirit and the other on earth, and just kind of who you are. But it says the oracle message, between the world is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you're unable to see what is ahead. Interesting. Curiosity, cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. Aren't we all? In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. You can do that too. Letting it go, going with the flow. There is a great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of conscience greater than your own thoughts, conscientiousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root. But what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child, glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. I like it. You know, just being is enough. In between two, well, I think a lot of us are in between worlds right now. And I graciously and humbly await what is in front of us with trust. And speaking of which, the last card will be your super attractor. So what is it you want to see? I know you're not supposed to do it this second, you know, but next month brings on a whole new set of energies where it's all about going, it's on, baby. It's on. So what can you manifest? What can you feel into your reality when you feel the time is right? Your specific energy, mantra. Oh, I love this. It comes up a lot, but it's a beautiful one. When I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. And that's something I wish and pray for everybody. And that's a beautiful, beautiful affirmation and just a beautiful thought to remind yourself and say over and over and over and over again and watch it come into play. So once again, my heart goes out to every one of you. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for taking the time. Once again, I hope you resonate and we'll continue to have beautiful, you know, thriving relationships. And until next time, take great care. Bye for now.